It's Game of Thrones, adult babies.
The finale.
The series finale, season 8, episode 6.
You guys don't have to hear us recap what you already know.
And what you already hate, because apparently everybody and their mother hates this season.
Everybody did hate this season.
Everybody really hated
There's
this
no
season.
way around that. It's just too popular. Took 2 years off. That's
Yeah.
just that's the name
I think
of the
that's
game.
the whole thing, is that there was so many
and it also-
theories, and everybody thought this was going to happen, that was going to happen. There was 2 years of just sitting around waiting to make suggestions, and the hype was just unreal. So it was. I think it was just people were,
and it also
disappointed.
wasn't a strong season. I mean,
I don't think it was their best season. I don't think it was a bad
probably
season.
their worst, though, right? Honestly.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the whole series, and then I'll let you know how I really rank the season. To be
But
honest
I mean,
with
I
you.
think if you were to go back, you would probably rank this. It just wasn't.
I think most season finales and series finales and last seasons are usually not the strongest.
Of course, but this whole there was.
But there was 2 or 3 episodes that I outright loved.
Yeah,
But the problem is it was such a short season
yeah, it was
that
just
like
a lot of packing everything in.
I don't know. I liked it. And I actually really like, as far as
amazing.
finales go, I really liked it.
It really bothers me that you're the hater of everything, and you can't
Because
find.
I don't agree with what everyone's saying about this particular show and how the writers rushed it.
What are you hearing?
I'm hearing
You have your
my
ear to
biggest
the-
complaint that I'm getting from most people, majority of people I talk to about it, is they felt it was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like how they ended off certain characters, and they didn't like. Let's see, what was. They felt that the writing wasn't that great or strong this season.
Do you feel like the writers have already?
Yeah, they
moved
felt like
on?
they packed it in.
Well,
like,
they're already on Star Wars. They're on their next
And
chapter.
I don't know. I think it took them 2 years, and they made sure they did the last season right. And I don't think it was rushed at all. I think they knew. They announced after season 5, I believe it was, or even season 6, one of them, that there's only 83 episodes total.
Right.
So they already said that the last 2 seasons were going to
Do
be
you
shortened.
think it's a matter of trying to put too much when you give it like a cap like that? When you cap it off at 83, like does it?
I think they had them written out. So no, I think they wrote out the ending, and that's what it ended on.
You think they wrote out the ending before they capped it at 83?
No, I
episodes?
think they were like, all right, we're at this. This is what we want to do. And they kind of outlined what they want to do
I got you.
going forward.
I think doing that can cause it to where you have a set time.
And now you're trying to get it in
Yeah.
there.
It's
I mean,
like-
it's possible. I can't really say. But when I watch this season, I get if people didn't like it, that's fine.
Yeah, what you want
I
to
don't
recap
have
a
a
little
gripe.
bit?
Yeah, I'll recap it real quick. But if people don't like it, that's fine. Not everybody's going to like everything. And
A lot of people don't like
unfortunately,
us.
with a lot of hype on a season like this, after 2-year wait and all these theories that were going around, I felt like it was impossible to please people.
Yeah, you weren't gonna. People were, and it's so big now.
Yeah, I felt like it got too big to close out strong. But you know,
that 2 years, man.
I think that hurt them.
That hurt them.
So I think that's really where the only thing that I would say they really messed up on. But you know, as far as the content of the show, I really was happy.
You were happy
I
with-
didn't like the Euron and Jamie fight scene
Yeah.
in last episode.
I agree.
That was one thing I didn't like, but generally speaking, I thought there was a ton of good conversations in this whole season, like that they're known for with dialogue. A lot of big events, big deaths, and I was thinking about it. They killed 11 people. I counted it was like 11 or 12 people this season. Main characters.
Yeah.
You can't kill everybody, or else the last season, the last episode, what are you going to have? Snow with nobody around, or Khaleesi with nobody around? You can't do that. So, but the name of this episode, I think, was just called The Iron Throne.
Was it? Yeah, I didn't know it.
Yeah, I think it was just called The Iron Throne. They open up with Tyrion, Snow, and Davos just walking through the ashes in the burnt city.
I like that.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I thought
Some
that was
people,
cool.
and that was some. I don't know why he was walking for too long. There was
Well,
just
the walking for
minutes for
too-
walking. No, that's that. They're just
Okay, what is this that today's day and age is the internet and all this? People have one complaint, one person must say it, and then everybody else is like jumps on that same bandwagon.
Yeah,
That-
or
of the guys
because they don't know why they don't like something.
I heard that multiple times.
What
today.
are they supposed to do? Speed through? And then they say they rush through it, but then they have the scene where he's walking.
I will say this.
They want you to embrace the destruction that's around him.
Yes, and they had the guy walking with
The guy walking with a dumb look on, like he just was in a daze, just walking past. And
not only
burnt, his whole
it was
back
walking with
burnt.
his skin falling off.
Yeah, his skin
It
was
looked like
falling
a
off.
Chernobyl crossover. with
Yeah,
that guy.
like that's what I'm saying. It was nuts. Like they just wanted to really, and they wanted to show you that Snow, Tyrion, and Davos were not cool with what happened.
Yeah, they looked pissed.
They were pissed. They were saddened by everything. Like I thought they did a great job with that. Then Tyrion goes.
You knew
by
where they
himself.
stood, right away. I mean,
Yeah.
we knew where but they made it very clear where
their foot wasn't, like they drew their the foot in the line, with the sand in the line, whatever is the line in the sand, whatever you call it. But so then Tyrion goes off to find his sister and brother, or was hoping he got out. I think he was kind of hoping he was going to go down there and the doors were going to, he was just going to see that they were able to get out.
Right.
But then he realized that everything came down. That was the other complaint. And this
Yeah.
is something I laughed at because I thought it was funny too that he moves a few bricks and they're right there.
He moves 3 rocks and he
Yeah.
sees a hand.
Yeah,
And very convenient.
Very convenient. But also they needed to have that to ice that they were dead, to end that. And I think Tyrion wanted to have a moment that he saw them dead.
And I thought that was a great moment in the
It was,
show.
yeah. He breaks down a little bit. It shows that he really did want them to get out.
I mean, Cersei treated him like shit.
Yes.
The entire. Also, people would have complained. What would have been like? They were complaining that he was walking too long. If he's digging up rubble for
that's the
15
other thing I'm
minutes,
saying.
what are
When
you
you
gonna
need
do?
him to have a whole cavalry come in to really
Yeah.
get a removal to get them out.
I'm gonna need some help here.
So that's what I was saying. And you know what? It was a ceiling that came down. Maybe they would pop out a little bit. You get lucky. It happens.
Yeah.
Those are
never
the
know.
things that I don't dwell on.
I know.
That's something to me that
This is probably why we're bad at this, doing the recap, because we're both. I'm pretty much. I'm sort of like, yeah, it's all right. I kind of like it. I have no real opinion, and you love everything. This recap has to be so
I'm not
frustrating
saying
for
everything
people.
I love, but I didn't hate it.
I understand.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I laughed. I was like, oh, that's I said the same thing.
There were
That's
some funny
convenient.
parts in this. All right, so go on.
And then they also show before they even show that Tyrion gets to his sister and brother, they show Snow and Davos and Grey Worm all have that little confrontation.
Okay.
So there's a couple soldiers that made it, that were just survived, that were alive after the end. And now even though Khaleesi burned everything and left,
Yeah.
the idea is they want to kill anybody who was fighting for Cersei.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's why Grey Worm is about to kill them. He's following his
Well, he's
queen,
turned
and
into a
he's still
different
pissed. He's still following his queen. He never had much of a personality to begin with.
right, but he's sort of like this dominant.
He's an alpha male.
Yeah. He's
But you know what? He's a badass, and now he's the leader of all them.
the leader of the pack. Yeah, he's.
That sounds so soft when you sing it like that. But so then they have that. Snow gets pissed at him because he's about to kill them, and then soon as Snow grabs him, and look, I thought they were about to go at it.
Yeah.
Now, I would have loved to seen Snow and Grey Worm have a little battle. I
Right.
would have liked to see that this episode. Whether it went to the death, it got stopped, whatever it was, I would have liked to seen a confrontation.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been one thing that if you ask me what didn't I like, I would have rather seen a more like they showed it happen there, and then when they showed him that he was holding him prisoner later on, he wanted to keep him and kill him.
Yeah.
Like I wish they would have had a confrontation.
Right.
But didn't go
Okay.
that route. I'm not mad that it didn't happen. Would have rather see it happen.
It's funny, that scene sort of bypassed me very fast. That's one of those scenes where I was probably sort of dazing off.
Because of what happened before the long walk.
Yeah, that long walk and the short.
But I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought they did a good job. Then he goes and slices all their throats, which is pretty badass.
Yeah.
It wasn't the happiest ending either.
No.
As happy as it seemed, I thought it was a typical Game of Thrones style ending. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then Khaleesi gives the big victory speech, and then Great Valyrian or Old Valyrian.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
That was cool.
And
She
even though
sounded like
Snow and Arya and Tyrion had no idea what she was saying, they knew that it wasn't positive just by how she was saying it. That almost bothered me because I thought they all understood what she was saying. But when you realize they didn't, they kind of clarify that you could imagine it didn't look like she was saying something good he said or something along those lines. It brought me back all right, good. Because I was going to say nobody understands Valyrian. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't be doing that. But that speech was sick.
By the way, did you hear that they're having Valerian classes now? I heard that on Howard
Who
Stern
wants to learn that? What's the use of that?
Idiots.
This is
if
what
anybody
bothers me.
listening is doing that, then
don't listen.
Yeah, you're a moron.
You're like a flat earther.
Yes.
Chances are the people who are flat earthers are the ones taking Valerian classes.
Yep.
That's we'll put them in the same fucking
Same
category.
box.
Yeah, same box. But that speech was awesome. And then Tyrion walks up beside her, and she's basically like, "You let your brother go," and he's like, "You murked the whole fucking city, you crazy bitch."
Yeah, but he used much more eloquent words.
Yeah.
Like, his response was one of my favorite. I forget exactly what he said, but it was...
I think he just said, "You."
He was like, "Yeah,
massacred the
I
whole
let my
city."
brother go. You burned down the city."
Yeah,
Or something along those lines.
basically,
We're not...
let's see. Really, it's not apples to oranges. Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, I did do that, but you look what you did."
Yeah, I saved my brother.
Yeah.
Like, would you expect me not
Right,
to?
yeah.
And they died anyway, but you burned every innocent women and children and everything.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then he takes off the hand of the queen medal or pin, whatever you want to fucking call it, and launches it down the stairs.
Yes.
Second thing I would have changed, but I get why as the show went on, why they didn't kill him. I would have liked to seen him get killed right there.
Okay. Part of me thought he was going to try to take a stab at her when he was walking out. Did you think that, or am I
didn't
just being
think he
naive?
was going to try and do anything. I
Stab
thought
at
he
her.
was going to get killed quickly, like Varys. Like,
Right.
I didn't think it was going to be hold him and then wait.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been kind of cool, actually.
You know,
but they needed him for the.
But they needed him because he's the voice of reason when all's said and done. So
By the way,
again,
he was what an actor that guy.
he is great.
Oh my god.
That's why I don't understand why people were talking about like the dialogue in the episodes and the writing. I'm like, there was a lot of great speeches,
Especially
and-
this episode. What Tyrion was saying this episode, just so many great lines.
Yeah.
I mean, he
stole
knocked
the
it out
show,
of the
man.
park.
And that's why I get why they didn't kill him. Yeah. You know, you want to see all these people just die.
What's he
these
gonna
crazy
do next? Is he gonna be like?
He's the hand of the queen.
No, in real
I mean, the
life, you
king.
dope.
Oh.
Like, is he gonna be like?
These people are all
typecast?
cashed in. He won't be typecast because he's always played roles.
He always has.
He's been.
I understand
They're
that.
typecasted because of who they are anyway.
But
being a small person.
yeah, but he's not just a small person anymore.
I
He's
understand,
Tyrion
but he says he hates doing fantasy. He only did this because he loved the story.
Okay.
He said he actually
don't know.
almost didn't do the show because it's fantasy.
It'll be interesting to see what
Maybe he gets a spinoff.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk to you about that at the end, but
We will, and I actually did some reading up on it today too.
I think it'll be interesting to see where his career, because he is a great actor. What he does next, I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, she basically wants to liberate everybody.
By the way, you know what bothered me?
Sure.
And this bothers
No, not sure, but yeah, go
this
shoot.
bothers me a lot in Game of Thrones.
As a whole, like
As a
throughout-
whole, throughout, when they're making speeches, only the first 10 people can hear that what she's saying, right?
the idea is just to hear what they're saying.
I
mean,
understand that.
And most of their speeches aren't really in front of huge crowds.
Yes, there's huge.
Khaleesi's voice travels.
Khaleesi's voice doesn't travel.
Dude, that's been in the history of time where people on a battlefield get a speech before they go in.
Okay, well,
and they go as loud as your voice
it's
travels.
a little inaccurate.
They're not saying that everybody hears them. They're just going on, and then they react according to the other people. If your guys in front of you are getting amped, you get amped.
Oh, so that's it. So nobody knows what's going on.
Most
but
of them
the first
do, but they
row-
know if these guys are happy, I'm happy.
Really, she's always up high, and it's got to be the first row, and they're wearing all that armor. It can't be good on the ears. All right, go on.
No, I get it.
That's it.
But maybe their voice
That's-
just travels a lot.
Okay,
She got a big voice.
stop making
I just
excuses.
don't even. That never crossed my mind.
Of
I don't know how
course,
to answer that.
because your mind is dull.
They didn't have microphones back then.
Yes.
So, buddy, I'm sorry.
All right.
This is something that they're not supposed to talk because not everybody can hear.
No, I think. Listen,
Go to each individual and give them the same speech.
if she can train ride a dragon, maybe these people can
Fly around with the dragon
Yes.
and give the speech.
Maybe she can figure out a way to project her voice in a manner that would get to everybody. Because I
She
know
doesn't care about anybody beyond the first
maybe she
row.
doesn't, and I don't think she does because she turned real cold.
She did turn real cold.
So-
but you know what? This is also a beloved character for 7 years. For 7 seasons.
Yeah.
And even this season, she wasn't wrong really ever, other than the burning of the innocent children and,
Other
and
than-
women and kids at the end. That was, you
Other
know
than
what
the
I'm
burning
saying?
of the kids. And
But she basically wanted to liberate everybody, which not everybody was under a tyrant. So, like, I don't understand her whole beef with every other country, but she got mad at the end. Like,
Yeah.
she, when she said she wanted to go to Winterfell, to Dorne, and liberate
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
she needed to go. And I
She
was
had
all
to
on
go.
board for her having
She
to
had to
go.
go.
So,
How'd she go?
likewise, now we get to the cool part where Arya then, I love how she creeps up again. How that never bought, like that. Every time it happens, it makes me smile.
Yeah, she's great.
How she's walking along the whole side, and then as Snow's looking at her walking down, like walking away, he looks to his right, and Arya's just
There
sitting
she
right
is.
there. Just that little creeper. How'd she get it to the Night King? That's fucking how.
That's right.
She's always been my favorite. She always will be. Every time she's in the show, I'm happy.
She's great. I know. Go on.
So Arya basically tells Jon that Sansa ain't bending the knee. Like, she may be everybody's queen, but she's not Sansa's queen.
She's not Sansa's queen.
Not Sansa's queen. And she didn't really say that he needs to kill her, but was like, she's a killer. If you don't do anything, she's probably going to kill you eventually. So
She did say that, right? She said
she didn't say to kill her, but she was basically
no, but
implying
she
that
said
like,
that she would kill Jon because she knows.
yeah, she basically
she
said
knows who he is.
I know what a killer looks like. Yeah, anybody who watched her burn thousands of people would know that she's a killer.
Yeah.
And warned him that you may love her, but you're the only threat to her.
Yeah.
She's going
That's
to
what
kill
it
you.
is.
Yeah, she said
She knows you're.
She knows who you are, so you're really the only threat to her. Stop giving her all this credit.
Yeah.
And start looking out for numero uno. Mm-hmm. And then right before after he has that conversation with her, he goes to visit Tyrion, and Tyrion basically tells him the exact same shit when he's all locked up. Basically, like, Jon, you got to kill Khaleesi before she kills me. Then she's gonna kill you. And then she's gonna kill everybody.
Yes.
Why you have a smile on your face?
So all right. It has nothing to do with Game of Thrones.
Shoot.
I just realized.
Because everybody, as I'm saying this, I'm looking across me, and B has this 9-mile smile from ear to ear right now.
This is
and
why
I want to know what's
This is
going
why I
on.
can't pay attention. I'm just laughing because you have that Knicks tattoo on you.
That's what you
yeah. I'm like, oh,
You're
man.
thinking about how bad the draft lottery went,
Well,
and how depressed I am.
That and
And the
just
Mets
like,
won, and the Knicks, and the
just,
Giants.
I don't know, just the Knicks. I don't know. It's just funny. I don't know why. That's my.
This is what we got, guys. Just so you know, I have a tattoo on my forearm of my favorite sports teams, and B's just staring at my arm while I'm trying to do this with him,
you know
laughing
what?
at me.
Because it never gets old that you have all your favorite sports teams tattooed on your arm.
It never gets old. This is a pretty new tattoo.
I know. You know what? It's just I don't know. I'm sorry.
Do or die, bro.
I know.
I love my teams,
Listen, I have interesting tattoos too.
and
but-
I still have to get it finished.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, are you gonna color that in?
I was actually had an appointment. Sorry for the whole tangent,
I'm
everybody.
sorry. This is why I have a problem watching.
Yeah,
Game of
now we
Thrones.
know why B never knows what's going on. But
My mind wanders.
yeah, I'm
man.
not even getting into it. The appointment
Doesn't
got
matter.
canceled. I'm getting it done soon.
Okay, go on.
And this is right before one of the most intense
I
parts of the
know.
whole entire show.
This is
that
my
what you
problem.
fucking tangent on.
Go on. Sorry.
So Tyrion and Snow have that whole that's another great. I don't know, you want to call it a speech or
Yes,
he's having a great
So
dialogue.
Snow
and,
goes to Tyrion in his cell.
yeah, and they're basically just explaining why you have to do this, Snow. Like, you're the only one who can kill her.
Yeah.
You
So
have- and it has
he
to be
basically
done.
he pretty much flat out tells him he has to. do
Yeah,
that.
basically.
Yeah.
He said she's going to kill me. She probably will. This will be you soon. And you heard her in that speech.
Yes.
She's not. Does that sound like somebody who's done for having a war? Like, this isn't going to be peace. She's lost it. Mm-hmm. So, after, a nice conversation and a little goodbye because they don't know what's going to happen, Snow leaves. And they don't really, like, Tyrion gives him a look because he says she's my queen at the end of all of it. And he's like, are you an idiot?
Yeah.
Like, no one knows if Snow, what he was really thinking.
Right.
Even after the conversation with
With,
Arya and Tyrion, you still don't.
Even
I still had
up
a
until
feeling
he
it
was with.
Yeah, because then now he goes to talk to Khaleesi.
Yeah.
But before he gets there, they show Khaleesi finally getting to the throne.
Yeah.
Which, these are the little things that I think people are going to hate. The throne's still standing, and there's like a,
everything
around it is disheveled.
Well, you saw what that. I don't know what the hell that throne is made of, but the dragon.
Steel, swords. You know exactly what the throne is made out of.
Valerian steel, is that what
Yeah,
it
it's
is?
all steel swords.
Valerian steel
of
doesn't melt
all of
so well.
Aegon's rivals and like and enemies he killed. He put all their swords together to make the throne.
All right.
That's you don't pay attention to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So I'm gonna start holding us like this when we do.
All right,
this.
we are.
No. So
We are like the Game of Thrones writer. We've given up on this fucking on this recap too.
no, not at all.
Yes.
But then Snow walks in as she turns around and like kind
walks
of
past that dragon, the
interrupts.
Whoa, the
yeah, he
dragon.
walked the dragon that was under the snow that was protecting the building
Yeah.
she was in was sick. That was pretty
That was
fucking
cool.
cool. I didn't see that coming. But then he gets in there and she turns around and he kind of interrupts her little moment with the throne. And
Yeah.
she thinks it's like she talks to him like they didn't have a fight right before she burned all these people and like hasn't been completely mad and crazy since he last saw her.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Whoa, you just killed everybody. Let's back off." And then they start having a nice little conversation.
Yeah, it gets sweet.
And you think that he's actually like on board with her.
Wow, man, this guy's soft, huh?
Yeah, like this guy just talks to anybody and gets his mind just
Yep.
fucking twisted. The little pretty face, nice titas, and
Yeah.
he's done.
That's it. That's all it takes.
And then they have a nice embrace,
A warm embrace.
a warm embrace.
And at that point, you're like,
I honestly think he's
he-
finally gonna bang her.
he's really. Wait, they never.
I mean, bang her since he found out.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
preface
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't banged her since he found out that that's his
Okay.
aunt.
And then and then because at that moment you're like, wow, he was pretty. It looks like he's just gonna
Yeah.
roll with this. Like she's the queen.
She's
All right.
the queen. Fuck it. And he takes out that little knife he had, and he stabs her right in the heart.
Yeah.
Nice, quick, easy. I don't want to say painless, but you know, a nice,
Yeah.
easy death.
Does that really happen if you stab somebody in the heart?
I would
Do-
imagine.
do
So
they,
I can't really say.
they immediately start bleeding out of the nose and the mouth?
Well, blood and arteries probably got. I mean, I don't think that's that far fetched. I don't know. I've
Probably
never done
squirts
that.
out more, right?
She's beautiful. Let's just have
They had to
it.
let
Just
it-
have it just drip out.
Okay.
I don't need to see her coughing it up.
Yeah.
That was my Khaleesi too.
You're
I
right.
loved her.
You would be a disaster.
Now this is why I also say this is not a happy ending. She's like, think about everybody loving her forever, and then she
People
dies in
name
this
their kids
season.
after her,
People
right? We
actually
talked
did
about
name
that.
their kids after Khaleesi, and then you hear the dragon going nuts after he realizes his mother's dead.
Yeah.
That was
kind
sick.
of a sad scene.
That was. So then the dragon flies up in there.
He's
He
nudging
kind
her.
of nudging her with his head. And now everybody's wondering, is he going to kill Snow? Is he not? And Snow is royalty to the Targaryens. So Drogon's not going to hurt him. I actually at no point thought the dragon was going to kill him.
All right.
I thought Snow was going to get on the dragon, honestly.
Drive away?
No, I thought he was going to get on the dragon, kind of fly down and tell everybody the queen is dead. This is where I think Snow was going to take over. I
Okay.
did not foresee what was going to happen. That's why I
Gotcha.
really liked the episode.
Because
Even as it unraveled,
tricked
I
you.
still didn't see things unraveling.
Now,
how they did.
let me. This is what I thought when. This is my little. I don't know. I'm sure people have had this same theory too. When I was watching that, when he he looked at Snow and he kind of snarled. What's his name?
Drogon.
Drogon the Dragon.
Or the dragon.
Yeah. Remember that rapper Dragon?
No.
Oh, okay. He was with Rough Riders. Drogon. So, was it like a symbol? Like, did this?
I don't think the dragon necessarily knows who killed her. I mean,
Okay, I get that.
it's not like it's a human, but I don't know.
But what he was doing was just lighting up.
He was grieving.
He was lighting up the throne. Was
I
he
think
like
that was the only
like
thing in
it's
the-
not worth it over this?
I think it was a symbol in the show that he burns down the throne after she dies. Like that, she.
To me,
dies-
it was like-
she dies trying to take this over, and then he just burned it and
To
took
me,
her.
it was like the dragon knew. He's like, you're all fighting for this stupid thing.
I think it symbolized that, but when I think about the dragon, I think it was the only thing in the room to burn besides him.
yeah,
To be honest, but what else was in there?
nothing.
So I think he was just
know.
like burning
gotta-
fire next to him, and that was there. I mean,
Okay.
he saw. I don't, but I think they just used it as like a symbolism type thing.
I don't know. That's the
that's
first
whole
thing I
point of the show
thought
when
was
it got
like,
burned down.
was the dragon thinking, but what the hell do I?
But
do?
I also the he's a Targaryen, and the dragons know that. He's he can ride them. I wasn't surprised or annoyed that the guy was, the dragon doesn't kill Snow after he just watched it kill his mother. Didn't watch her. Yeah. He just knew she was dead, saw her on the floor, and he was hugging. It wasn't like he was being brutal.
I feel like this is your time to get back to everybody that text messaged you a bad
No, half of them probably aren't going to listen to this.
That's true.
And then, so then the dragon burns down the Iron Throne.
And he scoops
up his queen.
And where does he take her?
And he just goes, just away from all that's his time now. He's grieving. That's his mother. He's going to take her.
But where?
I love how he just took her off. Yeah. I actually thought that was excellent.
Okay.
Because I thought it would have been fugazi if they tried to have a burning, like a ceremony for her when everybody hates her except for her own army.
Right.
I think it would have started a shit show.
What about the Dothraki, by the way?
I think they didn't really specify.
Why was there so many of them when there was not a lot of them?
I don't know. The bunch did come back. Maybe not everyone was sent there. It is what it is. There was a bunch in the last episode too. I mean, these are the things that, like, she had an army still, like...
I know.
If these are the things that made you hate a show that's been so great, then, you know what, nothing's going to make you happy.
It doesn't make me hate it, but I'm bringing up the points. I'm bringing up some points that, it's like...
I thought the army was huge, too. It didn't even matter. I didn't even need the army, but, I mean, it was a little bigger than it had to be, considering what happened. Yes, but I wasn't, didn't make or break anything for me.
Okay.
I didn't love it. That's what I'm saying. Everybody said you loved everything. It's not that I loved everything. There's some of the things that people were hating on didn't bother me.
Gotcha.
Because it's not like they used that huge army to win anything. They used the dragon.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day. But then, so after she goes, the next thing they show, now what everybody you got to realize, is they subtly did this change. Because people were like, why did Snow look so disheveled when he was in? He was there for months, and Tyrion was in holding for months.
Okay, see, this is what I didn't get.
When Snow walked into that building before he killed Khaleesi, there was snow all over the place.
Or was it ash?
It was snow.
We'll never know.
Snow or ash. Either way, when they took them out, it was gone. It was gone.
Okay.
So it was like months in spring, and it took them time. Half of them came from different places. Like, that didn't happen immediate after.
Okay, so they
were sitting in prison for a little while.
Did I miss something that now they all know?
It was just a quick thing to show you that time had passed.
But how come we didn't find out? We didn't see, like, everybody finding out that...
Because there was no reason to show that.
But I would like to know how they found out that
they send ravens, come down here, the queen's dead.
These damn ravens. All right.
That's all that happens. Like, that's what I'm saying. These are things that probably people felt rushed. But what are you going to waste? An episode?
Sending a raven was like the Game of Thrones version of Twitter.
Yeah.
Is that what
basically,
it is?
It's like an ESPN update.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah. And then these people have to all take time to get down to King's Landing.
All right.
When they finally take
I didn't
out of
realize
there, the Unsullied have been holding them for a while now.
Yeah.
So that's when they bring Tyrion out, and they bring Tyrion out before it was all the Lords of Westeros. It was Sansa was there, Arya, Davos, Brienne, Gendry, Yara, Samwell, Grey Worm, and then they had reps from Dorne were there, the Vale, the kid who was sucking on his mother's tit the whole time was there, grown up.
You know who else was there?
The guy that got captured at the Red Wedding.
No.
The Uncle Stark.
No, there was
he was there too.
Another plastic bottle. That was there.
That was another. I don't know if that was actually there. Do you realize they're doing it every episode? They did it with the hand, and that was a fucking fluke or a hoax. So let's see. If this is real.
I know Cosmo said that to you, but come on.
You don't feed into this shit.
All right.
So they all get there, and basically they say, "We have to."
I have one other issue.
What? Shoot.
Brienne is writing in the book about Jaime.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that, but yeah.
Oh, that didn't happen yet?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Go on.
But we could just get to that. Brienne, towards the end, fills in that book that her and Joffrey made fun of him, like, oh, there's nothing by your name when Jaime was reading it.
Yes.
And he said, I still have time left. That was a cool
I don't
little reference back to that.
I don't remember that.
He said, I still have time left. Brienne was there, so she filled in that page for him and to fill in everything good that he kind of did.
Interesting. See,
that was a nice little moment, too.
All I thought during that moment is, so when she's writing in that, like, one of those pens where you dip it in the ink, and she does it. She's got great handwriting. You know, they all have this very specific old-timey handwriting. And then she closes the book. And all I'm
worried about is the ink?
I mean, that's smudges. You smudge. The book is smudged. Right? Am I right?
thought crossed
It
my
went
mind.
through
'Cause
your
I know
mind,
what you're
right?
talking about, but who cares?
Okay, well, history maybe.
History. The things that
They don't know how
These are the things I know you're gonna notice too.
Yeah.
But so yeah, then they figure out. Listen, we got to figure out who's gonna punish Tyrion and Snow.
Right.
We have to pick a king, and this is the part that I actually really enjoy.
I like this part too.
Because the Uncle Stark, that
Yeah.
was actually what's her name's brother,
I don't remember that guy.
Caitlyn Stark's brother,
He doesn't have a recognizable
Tully.
face.
He's one of the Tullys,
Okay.
but he was Caitlyn Stark's
Was he trying to
her
be
brother. No, remember when the Red Wedding? He was the one who actually got married. It was his wedding.
Oh, okay. Not a recognizable guy.
He was also
Sorry.
the guy that Jamie used to get into the what was that, River Run or wherever the hell they was seizing his.
Doesn't matter. I don't remember the guy. He doesn't have a recognizable
He
face.
comes back and he tries to throw a plea
Not
in for
very
himself.
memorable. Yeah.
To get to be the
Right
king.
away, I'm like, oh,
I
this
respected that heavy because that guy's been through the fucking shitter, and he's just like.
I'm like, who is this guy?
But I just respect nobody else is raising their hand. Why not take a stab at it?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what? You can't get what you don't ask for.
Yeah, it's always because you'd be the one that asked for it.
Yeah.
and I'd be the first to deny it too.
Exactly, but I would try.
Yeah.
You can't say, you got to
man.
try. So, but Sansa basically was like, "Shut up, Uncle. Fucking sit down, you idiot."
Oh my god, that
I love her.
That smirk that she gave.
She is
Oh.
easily became one of my favorite
Yeah,
characters.
yeah.
So they fucking I just love that part. Then Samwell suggests democracy. Basically, let's have
Yeah.
the people fill it, and they all laugh.
I'm glad they
didn't do that too.
That would have been a real letdown if they were like, "Yeah, you're right.
Let's do democracy.
Let's give the vote
But
to
I
the
just
people."
love how it got laughed at. Like they just totally mocked
Because they
democracy.
waited a sec. They gave it a beat, and then they
and then they all mocked it. That's never gonna work.
What's next? My horses or whatever. Yeah, it was great. Democracy doesn't work in Game
Democracy
of Thrones.
doesn't work here.
All right.
No, it does. I love democracy.
Well, not in Game of Thrones.
But not in the Game of Thrones. No, it does not. So then Tyrion basically
Not
they
so
go,
much
they
here
ask
anymore, but-
Tyrion, who do you think? And then he gives the whole Bran the Broken and gives the whole long,
Bran the Broken. What a name.
You've been
They should
pushed
call
out of a
Brendan the Broken.
what do you
That's
say?
my
You've been
new
pushed
name.
out of a tower, Brandon the Broken. Yeah, he's like, you've been pushed out of a tower. You've been the Three-Eye Raymond. You went across the, you've been to the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
You have memories and stories of all of history, like who better than you, and you can't give birth to a piece of shit son or daughter. So you're the perfect fit, is basically what they said.
Which is good because we don't need any nepotism. We all saw like what these king's sons have
exactly.
done. in
And I
this.
thought that was cool.
That
so
was
you know
good.
what? We're going to pick Bran, and then after that, these lords will get together and pick the next one.
And all I'm thinking during this is like, thank God this show is over now, and I don't have to deal with King Bran the Broken with his 3-sentence nonsense.
People got pissed that he got named king. Oh, everyone's been complaining that what's been the purpose of Bran? What's been the purpose of Bran? And now you see what happens to him, and they're still not happy.
Yeah, because I don't know, something about him. There's something about him.
Because he's a fucking cripple? Is that what we're going to
No,
hate
I'm
on
not
him
saying
for?
a
He's a
cripple.
weird cripple, so we hate him?
No.
Is that what we're all about?
No, how dare you put those words? How dare you throw those words at me, huh? And part of me and part of you, we're both kind of crippled if you think
Yeah,
about it.
that's
you
why
know?
I loved it. This was a great episode for the downtrodden.
I just don't like that guy.
I like Bran now.
I
respect my king.
I like the fact. I like the fact that he's king because I think it was out of nowhere. Unless you were
Another
looking,
one out of nowhere.
Unless you
didn't
were
see it
looking at the
coming.
odds on Vegas.
I was
but
saying Gendry was my sleeper pick.
Gendry was your sleeper pick.
Just for he's the closest to the heir, but I like how they went.
Okay, I like it. I like it because it was sort of different.
And yeah, he's got no girlfriend. He's got nobody helping him. He's got nobody could get through to him. Like he makes his own. He does what he wants.
Yeah. He speaks in 3 sentences and then rolls away.
And then rolls his eyes away too.
Oh God.
The memes that have been going on today have been fucking priceless. By the way, even the people bashing the show, I still love
Oh my
all the
God!
memes.
Yeah, the memes have. I saw one about Sansa. Like,
But then what about Sansa? As they do that, everybody says it, and then you think Sansa doesn't want to do it. We're like, uh-oh. I thought like something was going to happen, but then she's basically like, listen, I love you, bro.
I love you, bro, but your
But
dick
the
doesn't
North,
work.
yeah, but your
And
dick
it's-
don't work, and the North doesn't bend the knee for fucking nobody.
Yeah.
And the North is now an independent kingdom,
But
and
still
that was the most
start-
badass thing. I love that.
That was great.
Pro
And
stars.
And I didn't understand that.
They were independent nation, like kingdom, before everything even happened. They were
Okay.
always independent.
They were an independent.
So like when they finally, whatever, I forget who it was first, bent the knee to one of the kings. Like the Targaryens were the first time they ever bent the knee.
I gotcha.
So now trying to go back to where the North is kind of run by the Starks. King's Landing's run by the Starks. He named Tyrion the king, the Hand of the King again, which was awesome because he deserved it at this point. And basically his punishment, which isn't a punishment, but he's going to try and fix all the shit that he did wrong, was what basically Bran said.
Yeah.
And he's like, Grey Worm, just get the fuck out of here. And
he just
let's
sails off,
And
and
he
he
just sails off and
watches
goes to
snow.
North. He takes his Unsullied. I think he took the Dothraki and he went to North.
Where's North?
That was where him and his wife
south?
Melisandre was from. It's probably across the river. And
North is south, and Sarth is north.
so, but then they also so Tyrion gets the hand. Snow gets sent to the Wall.
Yes.
And
He's
that's
back
basically
at
a
the wall,
punishment.
baby.
They said, like, well, what
He's
is
back with his
crew.
with his wolf.
And did you see that thing? Did I send you? There was a video
Yes,
going
I
out
saw
from
that.
the crowd
I saw
watching
that.
it, and they go nuts when he pets the dog.
Can I make a confession?
I was happy as hell when he pet the wolf.
I shed a little tear.
I didn't shed a tear, but I gave myself a fist pump. I was pumped.
I shed a little tear. I was like, oh, I don't know. It
And
moved
no
me.
ear.
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't hear well. He's definitely not hearing those speeches.
Definitely not hearing those speeches.
I don't know.
I love that he goes back up north. It looks like he's the commander there again.
And we got to see,
And then they send him up north again. He goes up north
got to
with
see
Tormund. You got to see
Tormund,
Tormund,
whatever
him
his
and his
name
boy. And that was the other reason why they said it was spring. They said they were going to wait for the winter to end before they went back up north.
Okay.
So you knew that the seasons changed. A lot of time had passed.
Okay.
So he went up, went beyond the wall with Tormund. He's going to be basically a wildling.
That's his
With
life.
his diet,
man.
yeah, bro.
That's who he is.
I love that. Snow's where he should be. Sansa's queen of the fucking north. They even had that little scene at the end where it
Arya
was like
goes to
queen
where
of the
the
north.
maps stop. She's
And
a
then Arya,
wanderlust.
like that little moment where they all go their separate ways was awesome. And Arya
You
said,
like
"What's
that?
west of Westeros?"
Yeah.
Because Arya's whole thing is she hasn't wanted to be in Winterfell. She didn't want to be. She was a killer. She's got no reason to kill anymore.
She's a lady of the road.
Yeah, she's going out on her own now, and I love that.
She's a rambling woman.
And and then they basically ended with like the small council, and then showing that they had, a few. Well, they ended with the Starks.
Yes.
But right before that, they had that little small council meeting where they brought Bronn back, and he's fucking rich as can be now. He's
Love that.
master of the coin.
He's one of my favorites.
He wants to pay for all the
Master of the
brothels and
coin,
shit, and they
yes.
still got to fill out. But I love how the small council now is great characters. Davos, one of the most likable characters. Samwell, great character. Bronn, lovable.
Do you say
Tyrion, Brienne, and Bran, and then they're going to bring in 3 new people or 2 new people, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Someone actually complained that they said, why do you have to show him moving those chairs? So I went home today, and when I rewatched it, I just looked at the time. It took 20 seconds to move the chairs.
What was the point of those chairs, though?
You remember
To
that
show that
one
he's a
scene?
little nutty?
No, but you remember that one
Because
scene?
he got pissed off when they moved the
where
chair.
he wanted to see, I guess, like there's like a who sits next to the queen, the king, or
Okay.
whoever. And when the Tywin was there, the Hand of the Kings, which is fucking Grey, the fucking Littlefinger. Littlefinger sat right next to him, and then he dragged the chair around. They just made a whole thing about who was sitting where.
I got you.
And
Okay.
that's why when he did the chairs, he even made a look because he wanted to tell who this person sits here, that person sits there, and they didn't do
But
it.
we don't play by those rules.
But it was just like funny, and this guy actually bashed it because of that. Like, I mean, the things that were getting nitpicked were absurd to me.
But you got to expect that. You got to expect that.
Yeah, and I honestly, I said before everything started, at the end of the day, if it's a pro Stark ending, I'll be fucking thrilled. And that's what happened.
It ended where it started, right?
Yes, it
In a way.
ended in the sense that, this family got destroyed for 7 years, basically.
Yeah.
6 years
They
in
were
the show.
down and out, baby.
They've gotten raped. They've been all separated. They've been killed. They've had everything bad, and now people are going to bitch that things were somewhat lighthearted at the end where they won. But when you think about it, thousands of people just got murdered. Khaleesi died. I mean, so many big characters died this season.
And what do people want from the final episode?
That's what I also don't get. They're not going to leave you with a cliffhanger because people would be pissed at that.
It has to be the wrap up of everything. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be a excuse me. It's not going to be like a classic Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it
Great
can't be.
action.
They have to end
It's
it.
the end.
So I just think that it's impossible to please people, you know. And I'm not saying people like, listen, I'm usually guilty of hating things and being vocal about not liking things, like you said. But I really thought the writers
Would
did
you
a
ever
great
get a
job.
Game of Thrones tattoo?
No,
Oh man,
I would get.
I would love.
I want to get dragons and shit, but now I'm like tempting not to because
I would love your
I
other-
thought about getting shit like that, but everyone's gonna think it's a Game of Thrones tattoo.
I would love your other arm to be just you have your favorite sports teams on your left arm, on your right arm you have your favorite TV shows.
The only thing I would do is like it's fucked up though because I've wanted to get dragons and wolves on me. And now that the show's there, I don't think I'm ever going to do it because
you symbolize
I'm
a
such a
dragon
big
and a wolf.
no, but it's just because I'm such a big fan of the show that everyone's going to think that's why I got them. So now I can't do it
Okay.
because I don't want to be that
You
guy.
could do it.
No, I mean I could. I really don't give a fuck, but
All right.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody, that's our series finale.
Wait a second.
Recap.
I
oh wait,
want to
I'm
get
sorry.
into one more thing.
Oh yes,
So,
I'm sorry. Go.
Looking forward,
Oh, that's right. I know where you're
what
going.
what do you predict we'll see as far as a
Okay.
spinoff and what?
So what I've
What would
read
you
about,
wanna see?
What I want to see?
Yeah.
What I want to see is not going to happen.
What? Okay. Well, what do you want to say?
What I would like to see is them spin off a prequel that dates back to the. I don't want to do the. Like, I would like to see the Roberts Rebellion and all that, but they touch so much on it. I would like to see them do when Aegon came in and either conquered everything.
Now, who's Aegon?
Aegon's the first Targaryen that came in and basically built King's Landing. He's the one who forged the throne and the first one who came in.
Do we ever see him?
He's died thousands of years prior. Not thousands, hundreds of years earlier.
Okay. What?
I would either want to see him or I would want to see like
So
the first.
in our Aegon is just a name. I can't place.
Well, Aegon is John's name, really. But Aegon the Terror or whatever.
but we've never seen him.
No. I mean, it was
Okay.
so prior. You didn't see anybody of the Targaryens except for Khaleesi and
I thought maybe it was a
Aemon.
flashback with
I think they may have showed, but no, I think all the
Okay.
flashbacks
All right.
were
I'm
even
sorry.
the
I'm
Mad
sorry.
King. But no, I would have liked to see either that or the First Men and like the Children of the Forest and that whole when they made the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. But I'm glad what I've read they're actually doing is I heard they made 3 sequels.
Three?
Or at least 3 pilots.
Oh, we can't get out of this damn.
But
show.
I don't know if they're doing 3 prequels that they're actually going to make, or they made 3 prequels and they're picking. Like they did 3 pilots, and I heard originally they were going to pick 1, maybe 2.
No, I heard
But then I heard an article came out today or something that they're doing 3 prequels.
I heard the only one I heard was the
Naomi Watts one.
Naomi.
I meant Naomi Watts is in it. Apparently, she got cast in.
Naomi Watts.
Sorry, I mispronounced her name.
No, I didn't know that they had cast members in there. But
One show's ready to come out next year.
the one is that the one the Targaryens like years ago. Prequel?
That's the whole thing. They're saying it's like thousands of years before the Iron Throne was even around. It's not going to be
Back
any of
home
the
years
characters that you know, but some of the family names they may have people
Okay.
of. Like the first Lannister, I heard.
And this is going to be on HBO.
Yeah, they have all the rights.
You know it's going to stink.
No, why would
Come
it
on.
stink? Why would you think this show that was so good would?
Because these,
Listen, it could be terrible.
Better Call
I'm not
Saul is
saying
great.
it's going to be. That's what I'm saying. Better Call Saul was great.
I know, yeah.
And this is-
you're right. You're right.
True Detective had like. I don't want to call them spin-off
All right, so
seasons, but
maybe
they were
maybe
like-
1 out of 3 is going to be really good.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe if there's 3 of them, 1 will be bad, 2 might be good, or they only do 1 and it is. I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. That's what
So, all right.
But I heard they're doing 3, just taking place thousands of years prior with. This is what I heard. I don't know if any of it's sold, like it's done, but
Why do we have to go further back in time?
because they don't want to do anything with these characters. I heard the characters as far as the actors and like everyone's done with this. They just they're done with it.
I gotcha. All
It
right.
makes sense. You do it for 10 years.
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
do
yeah.
something. As an actor, you want to do other things.
Yeah, so it'll be all new people.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole new probably writers and everybody who come in and take it over. Plus, it's not going to be based on any of his books.
Oh.
Because now Martin has books that he has the whole series,
Yeah.
which apparently I think he's almost done. He has a release date coming for the book that he just finished. That's like the next to last.
Have you read the books?
I'm going to read them now. I wanted to wait till after I watch the show to read them.
Really?
Because here's the other thing. So many people who read the books, who haven't read the rest of the books because he hasn't finished them, who watched the show, hate how the show ended.
Right. Do you think you're going to become one of those people? Where
No,
like, oh my
because I'm
God,
not going to let
Because you're-
the books were getting in the way of I think people's views
Yeah.
of how the show just wrapped everything up. So
Right.
I think he's going to be. I hope he does it differently in the books. To be honest with you, because there's no reason not to. And yeah, so I mean that's my view on it. I'm curious to see what comes out. There's going to be some sort of prequel with it.
All right.
So-
And you're interested.
I'm definitely going to be interested.
course.
Do I have high hopes for it? I honestly,
No.
I have zero expectations.
All right.
But everybody, thanks for listening.
Guys, it's been fun doing this.
Yeah, it's been fun doing this. Me and B might, or even Chris, I don't know. Well, we might do another few side podcasts.
yeah, we'll see.
that aren't the regular
If
show.
anything, there's a lot of good Bravo shows out there.
Yeah,
It's not Bravo.
It doesn't even have to be
but it's
shows. It could
Bravo.
be anything. Me
Yeah.
and B both went to the PGA thing. We should have did a live
We should've.
podcast from PGA.
We should. We'll talk about
But
that.
thanks for
guys,
listening.
Thank you guys for
If you
listening.
made it this far, we appreciate you guys listening. We love you. Don't forget, go to the Adult Baby Show, comment, review us on iTunes, SoundCloud. We love you. Peace.
Bye.